you doing? I mean, I guess that's not the question to ask. Considering you got divorced and all. My bad.
Ugh, I forgot to block your number. You have some nerve contacting me after stealing my husband, Lisa.
Yeah, I can't deny that. I did hit you pretty bad with that one. It's been half a year now, right?
After getting married to Sean, I know I didn't really stay in touch.
But something came up that I need to talk to you about. So, here I am.
I don't have anything to talk to you about. Don't expect me to listen.
Just hold on now. Don't you want to know how your sister and your ex-husband are doing now? Not even slightly curious?
You really think I'd be curious about a sister who thought it was okay to just take my husband away from me? Not to mention the good-for-nothing jerk who had the audacity to cheat on me with my own sister. No thanks. I'd rather not hear what you have to say. Seriously. Like you must be beyond messed up to want to get together with your wife's twin sister who literally has the same face. It's so ridiculous, I can only laugh thinking about it now.
You do know that it was your fault that you got cheated on, right? Don't think you're just a victim here.
Would you care to explain why you think it was my fault? Because I'm actually curious. How could someone say something so illogical?
Look, sis, we are identical twins for crying out loud. Our face, our body type, everything is practically the same. But Sean chose me over you. That can only mean one thing. Sean was completely turned off by your personality. Sure, we're probably both attractive on the outside, but I guess you need to work on your inner beauty, huh?
We do have a completely different sense of style, and I don't think our vibe is the same either. But other than that, there isn't that much to differentiate us, and yet Sean chose you as the girl to cheat on me with. Seriously, what is wrong with that guy? I must have some terrible taste in men to have married some wacko twisted enough to do that. Well, I know the reason why he ran away, though. You're the easier one.
The easier one? What's that supposed to mean?
We both decided that we would each be working and doing our fair share of household chores. He ended up not doing his part after a while. I tried to talk to him about it and make sure we were making things fair for the both of us. I guess he didn't like that, and ran away to you. You wouldn't really call him out on things like that. He's just some man baby who wants to be taken care of. Well, hope he's happy now, because I'm sure that's what he's getting.
It doesn't matter what you say, because it all sounds like you are just trying to get back at me for winning him over. What a sore loser, sis. Just get over it already.
Sis? I feel sick every time you call me that. You completely betrayed my trust. So I'd appreciate it if you just stopped acting like we were still close.
You really don't like the fact that you got your husband stolen by your sister, huh? I feel for you, sis. I really do. But you can't really help the fact that Sean loves me more than he loved you.
I am starting to think that you contacted me just to torment me.
It's just so hard to win with you. You're so cold-hearted, you know. You could try being a bit more endearing. At least, that's what Sean was saying. He said it was easy to be with me because I'm so lovable and charming. That it would be such a pleasure to live together with me. He said he felt like he could barely breathe with you. Jesus, why couldn't you just give the guy a break?
Well, honestly, if that was the case, I would have understood if he just asked for a divorce first. He could have chosen to date you after getting divorced and then married you. That was definitely an option for him. I don't understand why he would be stupid enough to get the order all wrong. It would have been much simpler if he had just told me the truth from the beginning and we separated.
Why so serious all the time, sis? Loosen up a little. You look like me, so you're actually quite pretty. What a waste. I'm sure it wouldn't be so hard to get a guy to notice you, but guys don't really like serious girls like you. You know, the ones who are always on their case and all. They end up choosing girls like me who are fun and carefree. It's attractive for us girls to be that way. That's just how it is. You should brush up a bit before you start looking for a new guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not wrong. I mean, I've learned that painful lesson over and over again. Every single time you stole my boyfriend away. Ever since high school.
You gotta admit, the guys that you date are a little… How should I say this? You know, they only see a pretty face and get all excited. In other words, they're easy. It's a piece of cake stealing them away. They just can't resist the temptation. So practically, it's kind of your fault you end up getting cheated on every time. You're the one who chooses those kinds of guys, right?
It doesn't matter what I did. Cheating on someone while married is always the fault of the person who cheated. There's no excuse for such behavior. Period. Even in court, the verdict was that you both were held responsible for the divorce. That's why you're still both paying me compensation money, right?
Do you know how annoying it is that we have to keep paying you that money?
Do you know how annoying it is that I have to deal with the fact that you guys were cheating on me? And that I still have to talk to you like this?
Because of the payments we are making to you, we barely have enough to get by. I hate having to sacrifice the little luxuries just because you can't get over the fact that me and Sean are together.
It's all on you. Everything. You pay the price for your own stupidity. Well then, I'm wasting my time here. I'm just gonna block you now, okay?
Okay. Can you just let me say what I needed to say? Someone's a little impatient.
Just hurry up and say it then. Even though it's been half a year already, I still have a lot of feelings about what happened. Talking to you is just bringing all of it up to the surface, so I'd really like you to get to your point so we can end this conversation.
I'm pregnant!
Okay, pregnant? What? You're telling me you're gonna become a mom. With Sean, I'm guessing?
Well, duh. Who else? Are you trying to imply I'd get pregnant with someone else or something?
I only asked because he was always telling me how much he didn't like kids.
There's a reason he said that to you, you know. He didn't like the idea of both of you working and having to split the responsibility of child rearing. Unlike you, I wanted to become a housewife. You know, being in charge of all the house chores and taking care of the baby. That's why Sean said he wanted to have a baby.
You really think that it'll work that way? You are aware that he doesn't make enough to support a whole entire family, right? How are you going to survive off of one paycheck every month?
I guess you understand the gist of the matter then. That's why I decided that since I'm pregnant, I should go home.
Go home?
Well, you know, Mom and Dad's. I heard you had to move back in with them after everything went down. I know it might be awkward for you to have to see me and Sean from now on, but you'll get used to it.
Sure. I don't really want to see any of your faces. Ever, actually. But that's besides the point. There isn't a place for you to stay. It wouldn't work out.
No matter what happens, Mom and Dad will always take care of me as their daughter. And you're my sister, after all. Family will always be family. That house isn't just for you to stay in either. I can come back anytime I like. There's no doubt that Mom and Dad want to see their first grandchild anyways. If you would just grow up a little, things would work out smoothly. Just act like an adult and welcome us peacefully, all right? Don't go causing trouble for the rest of the family. That's that. I'll be seeing you early next month. I'm looking forward to living with you.
Hold your horses now. Lisa, just calm down for a second and listen to what I have to say. I'm being serious. There really isn't any place for you to return to. Sophie, how have you been? We haven't talked for a while. I just wanted to ask you if your family had a car. You know, Lisa is pregnant, so we need you guys to pick us up when we move. Well, if it isn't Sean. Won't bother asking you how you've been. Are you seriously considering moving into my parents' house with Lisa? What other option do we have? Lisa has been struggling a lot with morning sickness. If you and your mom are with her, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier for us. We need your help right now. We haven't really said you could move here. I can't believe you just made a decision without asking first. Lisa's your sister. How could you be upset in this situation? This is exactly what I meant by you being cold-hearted. I really did the right thing by divorcing you. What a coincidence! Was just thinking the same exact thing. Anyways, about the day of the move. You're gonna come and pick up Lisa, right? I'll just go later with all the stuff. Don't you think making Lisa come with me in the pickup truck is too much? That'll be hard on her. I do recall giving you our car as part of the divorce settlement. You didn't sell it or anything, I assume. Okay, who was the one that bought that car with her own freaking money? Oh yeah, me! And way before I met you. He wasn't even part of the darn divorce settlement. Who cares about the little details? What a pain. This is what I'm talking about. Being with you was always such a drag. We were supposed to be in love, feeling butterflies, you know? It's unbelievable the way you made being in a relationship feel like hell every day. If you want to think more positively about things, I guess you can say that uptight personality of yours might come in handy once we move into your parents' house. You have quite the steady income as well.
Are you seriously suggesting that I give you some allowance to cover what your paycheck can't?
Come on. Your sister is pregnant. Don't be so cruel. Don't tell me you have no intention of helping us out here.
Ding ding! You are correct. You guys can just figure everything out by yourselves. And my precious car won't be letting any of you get even near it. Lisa will live. Why are you guys even asking me in the first place? Do you know how messed up that is? I keep telling Lisa that there's no place for you guys to live. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Oh, just stop it already. I know it hasn't been too long since our divorce, but it'll be fine.
Look, I'm saying this for your sake, but you better not try to come over with your stuff. No one will welcome you. I promise you. My parents are not excited about the new grandchild either. Just be grateful that I warned you, okay?
What's that supposed to mean? Who wouldn't be happy about getting grandchildren? That doesn't make any sense.
My sister doesn't have a place to call home anymore. Don't you think that after stealing her only sister's husband, that would be the case?
Let's just let the past go, huh? We all make mistakes. Forgive and forget. Let's live together. It'll be great. We'll be a family again. Although not like before, if you know what I mean.
You have your own family to rely on. Can't you just ask your parents to help out? I'm sure you can still rely on them.
You should know how it is with my parents by now. There's not a moment that goes by without one of us picking a fight. It's not a good idea to ask them for help. And I don't want to go back to the countryside. There is literally nothing there. Okay then, I'll text you again when the date and time of the move has been decided.
Don't just settle things on your own now. I don't know how many times I have to warn you. You guys really won't be able to move in here. There's no use in bringing your stuff. You can try if you want. You're coming to pick me up, right, sis? Why are you taking so long? Are you still upset or something?
I've told you over and over. You won't be able to move in. And I won't be picking you up. I never said I would. And most importantly, I don't want you two to be a part of my life. Ever. Not happening.
We don't have any money. You know that, right? Sean didn't get a raise, so he's making the same old amount. And it's not like I have a job either. Now is the time for you all to help us out financially.
It doesn't have to be me, Mom, or Dad. You could ask anyone else for help. In fact, just ask Sean's parents. They have a lot of land and property. I'm sure they'll provide something for you two. Who knows? Maybe they'll let you live on a farm or something.
No way! I'll never live outside the city. Ew. They don't even have Wi-Fi from what I've heard. How am I supposed to have a life over there? Don't you remember that the reason why Sean moved over here is because he hated living there so much?
I really liked Sean's mom and dad, though. They were really nice. Their house was surrounded by a lot of nature, and it was quite the tranquil experience staying there. Either way, we have no intention of accepting you two into the house. Don't think you can just barge in whenever you want and take advantage of us.
When are you going to get over yourself? You don't have to get all emotional about everything. Didn't Sean tell you to forget about the past? Let's just start anew. It'll be fun living together. The more the merrier, right? It'll be one big happy family. We're going to be living together, so let's make peace. I don't want to have to move in when we're on bad terms. Let's make up. Please?
They demolished the house already. It's gone.
It's gone? How come I didn't know about this? What happened?
Like I said, they tore down the house. That's what I meant by you don't have a place to return to.
I can't believe you guys didn't tell me about this.
I kept telling you that there's no place for you guys to live.
Why in the world would Mom and Dad decide to get rid of the house? What were they thinking? I don't understand what is going on.
Dad gave me the house as an early inheritance gift. I decided to get rid of the house and turn the land into a vacant lot. Eventually, it'll be a parking lot.
What the heck? A parking lot?
And the three of us moved to another house.
What are we supposed to do then? There's no place for us to move to? And why the heck are you the only one getting land and the house and everything? That's not fair at all. How about me? Don't I get anything?
It wasn't my decision. Ask Dad. I don't know anything.
Whatever. Just share the new address with me. That's all I need from you.
No. And I'm sure you're already aware of it, but you haven't been depositing the monthly compensation fee into my account since last month. Don't keep me waiting too long. Hurry up and send the money over.
You should know that we don't have the money to send you right now. You're totally the worst. How can you think only of money right now? Just forget it. I don't need you to tell me because I'll find out on my own. I swear. Oh, sis. I told you I would find the new address. Easy peasy. Though I did have quite the tough week, thanks to you. No home, no money. Finding your address was like seriously mission impossible. I went all around town, asking everyone I knew. I even went to City Hall to see if I could get my hands on some records. Heck, I tried to find Dad at his workplace so I could follow him home.
You really did all of that? Just to find our address? You are really something. I must commend your efforts. You could really make use of that resilience for something good. Why would you go around wasting your energy doing something so ridiculous?
You guys are living in a really nice, fancy high-rise apartment now, huh? How new is the building? Because it looks impeccable. Me and Sean were getting all excited talking about living there with you guys. I can't wait to move in.
The building was built with a top-notch security system. You can't even get in the main entrance without a key. No funny business. No matter what you try, you won't be able to get away with it. We won't give you a key either. There's no use in trying to move in.
But you see, we already figured out how to bypass the security system. You know how me and Sean have so much time on our hands right now. We just waited for the mailman and followed him through the main entrance.
If you have that much time to waste, get to work already. You owe me a lot of money. Isn't today a weekday? As in, a work day? Sean should be at work, not trying to trespass on private property.
He told the company he's not feeling well and took sick leave.
No wonder he never gets a promotion or even a raise. How many sick leaves has he taken just in this 1 year? Honestly, none of my business anymore. Back to the point. Even if you succeed in getting through the main entrance, you won't be able to get into the actual apartment. Without a key, there's no hope for you. So just give up and go home. Stop wasting so much time for nothing.
Oh, you didn't know? If it's the key you're worried about, I don't really need one. I'm here with a special someone.
Huh? What special someone? What are you up to this time?
After you guys split up, Sean met this guy at some bar. They ended up becoming friends, but you wouldn't believe how nimble he is with his fingers. He can even pick locks. What a skill. I'm sure he'll have no trouble opening the door.
You know that's a crime, right? You really want to get the police involved?
It's just you, Mom, and Dad living there. Since my parents live there and all, it shouldn't be a crime just to get in. It's practically my home. Who would arrest me just for trying to get into my own home? You can't make the police do anything to me.
Huh. All right then. I guess there's no limit to the amount of trouble you want to cause us. It's not like you guys regret your actions that caused my divorce. You guys probably think you both did nothing wrong.
Why do I have to feel bad for what we did? We did nothing wrong. We were in love. Can you blame us?
I'm really glad I made sure to take preventative measures.
What does that mean? Whatever. Once I get in, I'll be using a room that's to my liking. And I need to thank that special friend for opening the door with some coffee and snacks. Whatever you guys have in the kitchen. Hope you don't mind.
The police will be on their way the moment you try to get in. Just take your time sipping your coffees while you wait for them to arrive.
Why the police? I don't get it. There's no reason for the police to be on their way.
There's no reason. It's called trespassing. With some stranger who's going to be picking the lock open. Commit the crime, do the time. Oh yeah, and if you try to open the door without the key, it'll set the silent emergency alarm off. The security staff will be alerted immediately.
Oh, I had no idea.
Sure, you may be able to get into the building without much trouble. But after that, getting into an actual apartment is practically impossible. I'm sure the police are already on their way after the security staff got the emergency alert. That is, if you already got in. In fact, they might already be in the building.
Wait, what? We're going to get arrested? I just came home, that's all. What's wrong with that?
We didn't welcome you home with open arms. You broke the law by trying to get in without our permission. I told you so many times that we don't want you coming back. That there's no place for you to return home. You're the one who forced your way into our apartment while we were gone. Now you'll pay the consequences. There's nothing you can do about it now.
What about Mom and Dad? Where are they now? They wouldn't be okay with this happening. Their grandchild is going to be born soon. They would be so thrilled to see me come home. They wouldn't mind that I tried to get in.
Mom and Dad don't even consider you as part of the family anymore. I don't know what you were talking about.
No, that can't be true.
It's all because you did whatever you wanted without thinking about the consequences. Dad decided that he didn't want anything to do with you anymore. He thought that what you did was unforgivable. It's not like you have been able to get into contact with Mom and Dad. Why are you being so delusional?
I mean, yeah, they didn't really pick up when I tried to call so many times. I did think it was kind of odd.
Well, of course. Why would they pick up after what you did? You stole my husband and didn't even show any remorse. You think they would just get over it? They've been upset ever since the day they found out. I'm sure with this little incident, it'll be the final blow to them.
So unfair! I can't believe you. Why is it always you getting the good treatment from Mom and Dad? They always spoil you.
It's all on you. Your behavior is just seriously unforgivable.
Where the heck am I supposed to raise my newborn child? I was going to make you and Mom take care of the kid. I can't raise a kid on my own.
You have Sean's parents to help you out. In fact, they are already on their way, all excited to start a new life with you and the baby.
You've got to be kidding me.
Even after my divorce, Sean's dad kept in contact with me. He was so kind, always worried about me. He would check in regularly. That's why when I found out you were pregnant, I told them about it. Apparently, you guys didn't tell them. Why would you keep it a secret?
You really screwed us over. If we get dragged out of the city, it's all your fault.
Ugh. Yeah, blame me all you want. I'm fine with that. I'm more than fine, actually, because I told Sean's dad on purpose, knowing that he would try to bring you guys to the countryside. Thank goodness everything worked out. At least you have a place to sleep now. Shouldn't you be relieved? You'll be staying the night in a jail cell, and then soon after, you'll be going away to live with Sean's parents.
Haven't you heard from Sean about his parents? You don't know how terrible they are? They're too strict with everything.
I've met Sean's dad multiple times. He's a good man. You say he's terrible, but he only speaks of the truth. He's a man of integrity. It's because he can say it like it is without letting you get away with things that he scares you.
They won't help us out with the baby. I know it.
They kept talking about how much they were going to support you with the birth and raising the child, though.
It's all lies. It's going to be a nightmare.
If you want to raise your kid the right way, I don't think there's any issues here. Sean's mother will teach you how to raise your kid properly. You'll have no problems.
She won't help me raise the child, though. She'll make me do everything on my own.
If the way you want to raise your child is by forcing the child onto someone else in order to go out and do whatever you want when you want, well, then good luck. 'Cause Sean's mom will never let you get away with that.
See? I told you. I knew it. I don't want to go there. No.
Don't be so irresponsible as to have a child and abandon that child with someone else so you can have fun. You're going to become a parent. So you need to realize the responsibility that you have now and act accordingly.
Sean has a job here. He can't quit. We need that money.
I'm sure Sean will be fired from his company with the trespassing incident. There will be nothing holding you guys back from moving away from the city with Sean's parents. Knowing I don't have to see your face gives me a feeling like no other. I can finally sleep with peace of mind.
Sean is getting fired? How do you expect us to pay your compensation money without his job? The cell phone payments? Food? We won't be able to survive.
For starters, you can start by getting a lecture from the police and repenting your actions with them. Then, you'll get to work on the farm once you move in with Sean's parents. His mom will teach you well. I'm sure she'll whip you into shape.
What? So I don't get any time to relax? I don't want to be working all day. That's not my style.
You need to keep making payments to me anyways. I don't care what you have to do, but you'll pay me the money no matter what it takes. You'll have the farm to work on to make some money. Just be grateful that there's a job you can do. I won't let you make any late payments anymore, so you better pay me on time from now on.
Please, sis. Don't let this happen to me. Even if it's just me, you gotta let me live at home with you. Worst case, I can just let Sean go back to live with his parents and work there. He can just send me money every month.
We don't need to live together.
So please, save me, sis. I can't handle living in the countryside with Sean's parents. Sophie, we're twins, right? We're supposed to have a special connection.
Special connection, huh? Even if we did have that, you betrayed me and destroyed every last bit of connection we had.
I don't want to be away from you and Mom. Sophie, I need you in my life.
You just want to use me as your maid. Make me take care of everything so you don't have to do any of the hard work. That's what you need me for, right?
I suck at doing house chores. I don't know how to clean anything. And cooking? You know how terrible I am at it. How am I supposed to make baby food? I only felt okay about having a baby because I thought you and Mom would be the ones to take care of the baby for me. Why would you leave me alone to deal with the baby alone? Please, oh please, don't do this to me.
Oh, it looks like the police arrived. Time's up. The security staff sent me a message. Just sit tight and don't go anywhere. You'll do what you have to do at the police station, and then you'll be on your way to the countryside with Sean's dad. You'll get to spend time in nature. It'll be refreshing. Maybe it'll help you reflect on yourself. They do say that being in nature heals you. Although I think it's safe to say you're broken beyond repair. I don't really care either way. We won't ever be speaking to each other ever again. I'm cutting you out of my life.
Don't be so hasty, Sophie. Please just give yourself time to calm down and rethink things. You know I can't stand living anywhere other than the city. I want with the police. Don't let them take me to the station. Please. I just want things to be like they have been all this time. Sophie? The police are really here. I can't believe it. Please tell the police not to just barge in. They can't do that.
In the end, Lisa and her criminal friend were taken to the police station after getting arrested. Although they gave the police a headache, they were released, along with Sean, who joined them later, with barely a slap on the wrist considering they didn't take anything and the fact that it was their first offense. Since they had nowhere else to go, they were immediately taken by Sean's parents to their home, far, far away from the city, surrounded by only nature. Now Lisa is getting strict training by Sean's mom on how to do house chores and raise a child. Lisa is now stuck doing everything on her own without any help. As for Sean, he's stuck doing farm work every day while breaking his back doing hard labor. His dad takes care of his monthly paycheck and manages the money to make sure I get my payments on time. I no longer have to deal with any late payments. Even though life in the countryside seems tough, it looks like Lisa and Sean don't have any of the energy, money, or resources that would allow them to leave. They'll be living there for a very, very long time. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content. I just wanted to contact you to say thank you so much for coming to meet us yesterday. I am Harry's mother. I asked him for your contact information so I could talk to you. I'm sorry for sending you a message just out of the blue like this. Oh, no, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to meet and talk with me. So, Harry had given you my information, right? I understand. Not a problem. Just to make this formal, I am Leanne. I look forward to talking with you more in the future. Oh, no need to be so stiff. Don't worry so much about such formalities. Anyway, this might be a bit sudden, but there's something I felt that I needed to let you know. Or, to be more to the point, I wanted to tell you what the final decision was after meeting you yesterday. I'm sorry? What do you mean by the final decision? Decision on what? I am referring to the impartial judgment I have come to regarding you after thoroughly interviewing you the other day. After my thorough investigation, I have decided that I will not be permitting you to marry my son, and will be henceforth canceling your engagement. Harry should also be contacting you shortly regarding this decision as well. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.
Wait, what? This isn't just something you drop on someone out of the blue. What are you talking about? You'll be canceling the engagement. What do you mean?
Oh my. Could it be that perhaps someone like you doesn't know what it means to cancel an engagement? I thought young people like you looked all sorts of things up on the internet, no? If you don't understand something like this, why not just look it up like you young folk do with everything else? Unless my preconception was mistaken.
What sort of idiot do you take me for? Of course I know what canceling an engagement means. What I'm asking is why on earth you are trying to cancel it. I'd say that's more mistaken here than your preconceptions. And that's not even getting into why you think you have the authority to make such a decision, like some supervisor at a job interview. Are you not aware that this is something that should be decided by the two people involved, rather than by a third party?
Oh, I see where the confusion has come up. I believe you might not be thoroughly aware of the situation. It sounds like you think I silenced Harry's objections and am trying to cancel the engagement because I disapprove of you, correct? I'm afraid that is not the case. Not that I blame you. People like you often tend to think only in regards to what's most beneficial for you instead of everyone. The truth is, I have discussed this at length with Harry as well, and he is well aware that we are having this discussion.
What? Putting aside your aspersions on my character, you're saying he also feels the same way? He hasn't spoken a word with me about anything regarding breaking it off.
You certainly don't seem to be very adept at understanding things now, do you? Did you not understand me when I said that this was my judgment after having spoken with you only yesterday? Of course, Harry said that he felt he should tell you himself, but for news like this, I thought that it would be better to let you know as soon as possible. Don't you think? That's why I decided to give you the courtesy of contacting you directly instead. Although I think a message should arrive for you at some point today from him as well. Of course, it would only come once he is finished with work for the day. He is a hard-working man after all.
What on earth is going on here? I can't believe something like this could be happening. I need to confirm this with Harry right away.
Oh, what is this now? Are you saying you're going to bother him while he is in the middle of work? You truly do not have the slightest hint of common sense, do you?
How can you say such things? Do you have no compassion for other people?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Calm down. You're going to make me laugh with all this rash behavior. It really is unbecoming of a woman to act in such a way, you know? I imagine you don't have any idea why you're deserving of this treatment. For you to be in such a tizzy over just this one thing, I wonder if you have perhaps realized the reason why it has come to this. Well, having seen how much of a fool you can be for myself, perhaps it's more reasonable to assume that you have not. It does seem like more of a case of the latter, I suppose. Not that that comes as much of a surprise.
What makes you feel like it's appropriate to talk to someone like that? What are you? Some sort of high society person that judges everyone else? Brazenly insulting me like this is going way too far. I don't know what part of you thinks this is acceptable.
Oh my. Such uncultured girls can be quite scary sometimes. All I have been doing is stating facts, yet to react with such harsh accusations. It really does show how poorly you were raised, doesn't it? I can't think of any other reason. Well, I suppose this is exactly the result you would come to expect from a single-parent household, isn't it?
Hold on a moment. The idea seems so ridiculous that I hesitate to bring it up, but are you saying that the reason you're deciding to cancel our engagement is because I grew up in a single-parent household? You're not actually saying you decided to make such a big decision just because I only had my father to raise me, are you?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. What is so ridiculous about that? It seems like a perfectly logical reason to me.
Are you truly serious?
But of course! I was completely shocked when I first heard. To think that Harry would find someone with such a troubling upbringing acceptable. That's why immediately after you went home, I told him, a woman raised in a motherless household isn't fit to be a wife. After all, if he were to marry someone, that woman would become one of our relatives, no? What a ludicrous notion for someone like that to be allowed to marry into our family.
Are you saying that Harry was in total agreement with what you said?
Yes, he was. I wouldn't be contacting you like this if he wasn't. I would never go behind my dear son's back for something like this. Anyway, you should just give up already. There's nothing more to be said.
That's insane.
You really are quite persistent, aren't you? It's so pitiful to see someone who just can't accept the truth. Well then, if you have such a hard time believing me, why not try confirming with the man himself? Anyway, I do not have any further business with you, so I will now excuse myself. Well then, goodbye.
You're on your lunch break now, right? Please get back to me as soon as you can.
What is it? I can't call you right now. Is there something urgent that you need to talk to me about?
Don't you at least have an idea about what it is I want to talk about? Just a little while ago, I was contacted by your mother. She was saying all sorts of things about how she was going to break up our engagement.
Oh, I see. So she was talking to you about that, huh? Can we talk about that this evening? I would really prefer to not waste my lunch break if I can avoid it.
What are you talking about? Waste it. Since when was talking to me such a waste of time? Haven't you always taken the time to talk to me before?
Well, the situation is different than before now, right? I thought it would be clear. The engagement has already been broken off, so it's not like we have any obligation to each other, after all. We're just two unrelated people now.
Oh no, not you too. Are you telling me that you actually agreed to breaking everything off?
Huh? Well, yeah. Mother told me it wouldn't amount to anything good, so...
What are you talking about? You're saying that if your mother tells you something is bad, then you just follow her word? No questions asked? Aren't you old enough to think for yourself and not rely on her word for everything?
No. You've got it all wrong. It's not like that. All it is that after I heard what Mother had to say, I thought that she might have a point. That's all. So, after thinking about it for a little while, I thought, yeah, that sounds about right. Nothing more than that. Though, to be honest, even if I was opposed to the whole breaking off the engagement thing, I can't say I feel like things would have ended up going very well anyway, yeah? I mean, Mother was opposed to the whole idea from the start, so... I guess I just felt like there wasn't much of a choice other than to break it off. Do you see what I mean?
No, I don't see what you mean at all. What are you saying? If that's how easily you can change your mind about something like this, you shouldn't have proposed to me in the first place.
Come on. I can't really help it now, can I? Mother is, well, pretty darn stubborn. She isn't exactly the type that's willing to bend her thinking for anyone, so what can you do? I feel like it'd be better for you if you just stay quiet and give up on the whole idea, okay?
Are you really fine with just leaving it at that? Don't you have your own opinion about this too?
Well, when I said I felt like there wasn't much of a choice, I meant that that was a choice I could live with. So, yeah. I am a realist. And to be honest, it's not like I was hugely interested when I was with you anyway, so...
How could you say such a thing?
Well, anyway, I'll make sure to call you this evening. Considering I'm the one who proposed to you, I do feel like I have caused you a bit of trouble with all this, after all. I will pay you for all of the trouble I've caused you, so let's talk in more detail about that tonight. Anyway, I'm busy right now, so I need to go. Good evening, Leanne. Well, I apologize for contacting you at this late hour, but there just happens to be something I would like to confirm with you, if you don't mind.
Oh, good evening. So, what is this thing you so desperately needed to confirm with me about?
Well, I heard a number of things from my son, and... Well, I actually wanted to ask you about your father. He is my son's employer. Is that correct? If I'm understanding things correctly, he is one of the main people involved with commercial affairs on the board of directors. Yes?
Well, yeah, you're right. What about it?
No. Well, I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize. I mean, I was thinking, why didn't Harry mention something so important beforehand? I truly am ashamed of my conduct.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I hadn't thought to ask a thing about your lineage. And yet, despite all that, I went and started saying way too much, going far beyond what one could call respectable behavior. I am so sorry about everything. With one of the directors of Harry's company being involved, to say the situation changes dramatically is quite the understatement. I really have treated you quite terribly, and I apologize.
Oh, is that so?
I completely understand how angry you are with me. Really, I do. You see, this is just a problem I have run into as I have aged. I think I must have just lost my head for a while. Do you think we could perhaps forget about that trifling matter of breaking off the engagement and try again with a fresh, clean slate?
Well, there's something I'd like to ask you then. Does Harry have any idea that you're contacting me like this?
Of course he does. Why, as soon as he came home last night, he just happened to mention that little tidbit about who your father is. He said something like, well, we're at the same company, but there's not going to be any trouble, is there? Or something of the sort. He just mentioned it with this absent-minded look on his face, and... Well, my husband and I just got so flustered at such a revelation. I couldn't believe he was hiding such an important piece of information. My little Harry really does have those little moments, doesn't he? He just goes off into his own little world sometimes. I've always said he tends to be a little lacking when it comes to consideration for others. On top of that, he would always just not think about anything that didn't hold his interest and just leave it all for others to take care of. Yes, it's like studying is the only thing he's ever been good at.
Yes, I see. Yes, I think I would also be pretty quick to apologize if I had such a poor eye for people. I guess it must just come naturally by now, doesn't it?
I don't think you need to go that far. Well, anyway, how about it, Leanne? Don't you think you could take back the cancellation of the engagement? Of course, if you would like a formal apology, I would be more than happy to oblige. Could it be that I am, perhaps, not coming across as very sincere?
Well, let me think about that for a moment. Well, to be honest, I think your intentions have come across quite clearly.
Is that so? Oh, I am so happy to hear it. Thank goodness.
So you're fully on board with your son getting a demotion, right? Rest assured, it has already been discussed between the parties involved, but I will make sure they promptly follow through as planned.
What? Demotion? Just wait, hold on a moment. What? What do you mean when you say demotion? What do you mean by follow through as planned?
Oh, could it be that you can't comprehend what I'm saying? I mean exactly what I said. Demotion. I mean, your son has quite considerably slighted both me and my father after all. And on top of that, there's the whole issue with the marriage and its cancellation. My father has already spoken to a number of the other directors about the subject. So, they are all quite well aware of the situation. Of course, the news of our engagement being broken off has already become common knowledge among both the directors and company employees. Thanks to that, things are currently in quite a precarious situation.
Are you telling me that there isn't anything you could do to stop this?
Oh?
Whatever could you mean? Are you saying you want to cast shame upon my father a second time? No, of course not. I'm afraid that this has already turned into a situation that simply cannot be rectified by an apology. I am working at one of the company's subsidiaries, so I'm afraid I don't exactly know what is going on at headquarters, but from what I've heard from some of my other colleagues, there have been all sorts of worried messages and reports flying around. For someone to insult a director's own family structure and use it as a basis for breaking off an engagement, people feel that the man who would do such a thing is not only horribly prejudiced, but also shows a complete lack of understanding of society at large. There seem to be all sorts of rumors spreading around the company at the moment. I suppose Harry probably doesn't exactly understand how things came to this, does he? Well, I suppose he is quite a spineless person after all, isn't he? Wait, what? Please, hold on a second. Isn't there anything that can be done about this situation? No, I'm afraid there is not. This is all unrelated to me, after all. And I can't say I particularly care about what happens to Harry at this point anyway. Wait, please don't say things like that. Please, you have to help us. I'm begging you. Isn't there any way you can take it all back? No, I will not. Well, anyway, if you will excuse me. No, wait. Please, just hold on. I'm pleading with you. Please, can't you just think over marrying Harry one more time? Could you please rethink your position on it? You know what? Okay, sure. I'll think about it one more time. And having thought over it again, I've come to my decision. No. Anyway, I really must be going now. No, wait. Please wait. Don't go.
Leanne, what have you done? Things are completely out of control over here. For the fallout of something like breaking off an engagement to have escalated to this extent, I have never seen my reputation at this company plummet so much.
Oh, is someone finally starting to realize that he shouldn't have just blindly followed Mommy's orders? Well, no matter what you say, it's far too late, you know. I will not accept any sort of reinstatement of our engagement. I will not let you take back what you've broken.
Wait, that? I'm not really concerned about that. What I don't understand is why I'm being told that I'm going to be demoted.
Oh, what? Are you saying you're not pleased to hear that? And if you just suddenly went home early, people will start gossiping about what's going on, you know? Who knows what they'll think?
Wait, you already know that much? Anyway, I'm telling you that you need to do something about this. This is something you started, remember?
Me? Oh, no. You're the one who started this whole mess. This is a problem that all started with you. Don't forget that this whole incident with breaking off our engagement, that alone was at a level that required compensation in the first place, no? This is not just a situation that you can just describe with something like, as if it was just some trifling matter. Do you not understand that?
Well, that is,
At this point, telling me that you don't want to be demoted is just you acting out of desperation, isn't it? Are you really that much of a workaholic? I guess instead of marrying me, you prefer to marry your job, huh? Oh, wait, I see now. You're really afraid of being seen as worthless in the eyes of the higher-ups, aren't you? Up until now, you've had a pretty good reputation with them after all. If your primary goal was to protect your position at the company, then you really shouldn't have broken off the engagement in the first place now, should you? Well, whatever. It's far too late to be thinking about that now.
you don't understand. What I'm trying to say is, there's no way I should be getting treated this poorly just over something like breaking off an engagement with someone.
Wow. Even after I called it out directly, you're still saying it? Do you just not pay attention to anything I say? Given how clueless you've been acting, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not aware of this, but do you realize that breaking off an engagement with someone is by no means a simple, carefree matter? The two of us were engaged to be married. Regardless of what reason there might be,
Deciding to break off something like that. That's something that both parties involved would need to meet and thoroughly discuss before deciding on, isn't it? Considering how much of a role your mother played in everything, to not even think of talking to my father about it as well. Don't you think you might have been overstepping your bounds a little?
What? That's just an exaggeration. Nothing more.
We told both of our families about our engagement, remember? We made formal announcements to everyone. Marriage has an impact on more than just the two of us. It affects our families as well. That's how important it is. You're already 30. You should fully understand this by now.
Huh. I guess that would be what someone the likes of you values most. What are you talking about? We have to meet and discuss things first. That's not the day and age we live in anymore now, is it? To me, something like that isn't such a big deal.
Wow. This is utterly astounding. I am not even sure how to respond. I suppose the best thing to say would be that you just shouldn't have proposed in the first place then.
What are you talking about? This and that are two completely different things. That's just how things go in that sort of situation.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, you were talking about how we had been going out for 2 years, you know?
Yeah? And? I fail to see how a statement like that somehow gets interpreted as, please propose to me. I didn't say anything close to that. I wasn't expecting a thing when I said what I did. I was just commenting on how it had been 2 years. I just find that sort of thing to be important to me. Nothing more.
Then why can't you just think of breaking off an engagement with that sort of nothing special attitude?
I'm sorry? Excuse me? What could you mean by that?
Well, I mean, look at it the same way that you had just casually talked about the 2 years we spent together, right?
Yep. I figured that's what you'd say. That's why I've been trying to tell you that breaking off an engagement is not such a thing you just casually do. Furthermore, our society sees such a thing as quite a cruel thing to do. You know that?
Why, I ask you? If you just think about it from my perspective...
You really have been saying a lot to me with such a rude tone. Do you realize how seriously you've insulted us? I'm telling you that that's why you ended up being demoted. There were already all sorts of rumors circulating about how the daughter of one of the directors was going to be marrying one of the company's employees. For such an engagement to be broken off by said employee, let alone for the reasoning involved, there's no way he would get away without some kind of penalty.
I mean, sure, I get that, so... Isn't there something you can do? As the former fiancé, isn't there something you can do about this?
What on earth makes you think I have to do anything about it? What you have to do is properly accept the consequences of your actions. By the way, have you spoken with your mother at all about this? I can guarantee that she will just try to tell you to reconcile with me. All she cares about is trying to get me to marry you. Meanwhile, you, being the thoughtless person that you are, would just try to beg her to find some way to fix your mangled reputation in the company. The both of you only think about what would be best for yourselves. What the hell is wrong with both of you? You are both completely insufferable. Both of you! Please never contact me ever again.
Wait, that's...
I have no idea what your situation is, nor all of the circumstances surrounding it. Can you just stop trying to wrap me up in your own problems? With all of the trouble you've caused us, rest assured that I will be retaining an attorney and doing my best to get compensation for your horribly prejudicial actions. Try to be sincere when responding, okay? At the very least, both my father and I have been considerably disgraced and embarrassed by all of this. And might I remind you, it is entirely your fault.
Please, Leanne, I'm begging you. Can't you possibly reconsider going forward with marrying my son? He has been reflecting on all that he's done over the past few months. So, please, won't you please change your mind? Please, would you think it over again just one more time?
Oh, was it really shocking when you received that mail?
I guess it must have been so stressful seeing how everything ended up being exposed, huh?
Excuse me?
I can hardly believe that he was already engaged to some other woman. Ms. Cooper or something, was it? Wow. It looks like the mother and son have completely different opinions about what to do. And they certainly don't match very well. Well, it makes no difference to me. This just means there will be more compensation money coming in. Adding on such a betrayal of trust to what's already happened, I'm quite thankful to receive that extra bit of income.
No, wait. Please don't say things like that. I'm telling you, I was against the entire idea from the start. I don't know if it was some childhood friend of his or something, but to just marry someone from such an unremarkable family. I mean, there's not a single merit in a decision like that, right? You, with your much finer upbringing, are just a much more spectacular woman than she is. I even asked him, which person does he think he should hold dearest to him? As if it shouldn't already be obvious.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? If I remember correctly, am I not the one who initially failed to meet the clearly exacting standards of your thorough interview? You had told me that you had made your final decision about my value and upbringing to begin with. And yet now I hear you trying to convince me that you felt like this all along? Do you really think that I would so easily go along with such a brazen attempt at buttering me up after how you've treated me?
But, that's why I was telling you that I had no idea. If I had known the whole situation with just how important a figure your father was, I would have never contacted you the way I did in the first place.
Oh, is that right? So, essentially, what you're telling me is that all you care about is my family's money?
Well, no. I'm not saying that's what's most important or anything.
Well, in any case, you seem to have gotten quite flustered now, haven't you? Considering how your son has ended up breaking off both of his engagements.
Ah, I see now. So you were the one pulling the strings the entire time, then.
You and your son's opinions seem to be so at odds with each other that I couldn't help but find it particularly strange. Harry also gave off the impression that he was trying to hide something from me, too. So I did some digging into the whole situation, and it turns out the whole situation was even more screwed up than I could have imagined. When I met up with the other woman he was engaged to and told her all about what was going on, she was unbelievably shocked. Appalled, even. "I can't believe this. There is no way I am going to marry such a horrible, conniving man," were her words, if I remember correctly.
Ugh, that impudent woman. She thinks that someone with such a worthless lineage like hers can say such things. Of course I wouldn't let things continue with her.
Huh? But you also knew about everything that was going on, didn't you?
Huh?
That's why I said I couldn't believe how you were trying to convince me of the exact opposite of your initial opinion. The only way you would try to start singing my praises so readily is if you had known about both engagements to begin with and need to make one stick.
No. That's not how it is. I was just trying to tell him to make sure he chose the correct person. That's all.
Or, to put it bluntly, you were trying to get him to keep me around, right? I cannot believe you. Well, whatever you try to make him do, it makes no difference to me anyway.
Wait, please wait. Don't you realize I'm giving my permission? I'm giving you permission to marry my son. This sort of chance doesn't just come along every day, you know.
Yes? And?
If you were to marry him, there would be all sorts of advantages for the both of you, don't you see? Harry would be able to get back his reputation at work, and you would get to have one of the best husbands a woman could ask for.
One of the best husbands a woman could ask for? What part of him gets anywhere close to fitting that description? A two-timing man like him can't even get by with being called a terrible husband. He would be one of the worst husbands imaginable. To put it bluntly, to me, there isn't a single shred of good that can come from marrying someone like him. It sounds to me like you're just speaking total nonsense. If you want someone who will believe that garbage, try looking in a mirror.
What did you say?
You really are desperate, aren't you? To start off with such a haughty attitude, insulting me and my family straight to my face, then to do a complete 180 and start trying to treat me like royalty or something? I can't help but laugh at how ridiculous this all is. No. That's not what's going on. Do you finally get it now? I'm not exactly free right now, so I simply must be going. Don't forget to pay the compensation you owe us. If you don't, I'm afraid my father and I will have no choice but to go to trial. Go to trial? Oh, would you prefer it if we did that? No, just wait a moment. What I'm trying to say is that trying to meet those demands will ruin me. If only Harry had actually told me about your father beforehand. None of these horrible things would have had to happen to me if he had just spoken up. Well, personally, I am happy the engagement got broken off myself. After all, I can feel much more at ease that I didn't end up becoming related to such a terrible man and his mother. Harry contacted me one last time, begging me to get back together with him and go forward with the marriage. Given that he's a pathetic, spineless man who just follows everything his mother tells him to do, I obviously refused to reconsider. After I flatly refused his desperate request, I got $20,000 in compensation for all the trouble his family caused my father and me. As for Harry, the rumors of his infidelity spread through the company like wildfire. I heard that things at work got so painful for him that he started just not coming in at all, and he was eventually fired. With such a blotch on his career, I can imagine it will be particularly difficult for him to find a new job now. Well, since he has his precious mommy dearest by his side, perhaps he can still manage to live out a happy life after all. Although, from what I hear, he seems to have turned his back on his father throughout all of this. He's certainly not happy, and I heard that if Harry doesn't find a new job soon, he might get driven out of his house entirely, mother in tow. When I shared this info with Miss Cooper, she and I just laughed together for a long, long time. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you felt great after hearing the story, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Please look forward to the next video.